What's up, Convoy? For those of you that's followed me on Facebook, you guys have known that these last couple of weeks have been pretty insane for me. For those of you that don't know, a couple weeks ago, I left K&B Transportation, and I was supposed to go to I did go to a company called JTL Carriers. They are based out of Franklin, Wisconsin. I left K&B, I went to Franklin, Wisconsin. I wasn't going to be working out of their terminal there in Franklin. They're a pretty small company, and the job title was kind of like a local driver, sort of. It's not really local. I mean, it was because I was home every day, but I was running, every day I'd be running 500 to 600 miles a day. And my main run would have been out of Detroit to Porter, Indiana, which is over there by Michigan City, and then back with auto parts. So I went, but I had to do orientation in Wisconsin, so I went there, I did orientation. It lasted 3 or 4 days, something like that. Then I hopped on a train, went home. After I went home, had a good night's rest, I was excited, and I got dropped off at a terminal for JTL Carriers in Detroit, where I was supposed to get assigned a truck and a load and get rolling and start my new gig where I was home every day. And then I got dispatched a truck. This truck, initially, as soon as I walked up to it, you can just tell the thing was a huge piece of shit. And so I got in it and just started it up, and it started and everything, but first off, the mirrors were literally falling off of the truck. And I mean literally, like a good bump, they would have fallen off. And there wasn't a straight body panel on there. It was idling real rough. I mean, it was a multi-million mile truck, which the mileage on a truck doesn't matter to me as long as it's well maintained, and this truck was not. So I told safety about it, and they gave me another truck. It was the same story. And so they gave me a third truck, and it was the same story. And I started realizing, like, whoa, all of their equipment is a pile of garbage. And then I kind of started looking around at the trailers. Just walked over to where their trailers were, and every single one of their trailers was a pile of shit too. I mean, they had a couple of new ones. You can tell they were starting to replace them, but the majority of the trailers were pieces of garbage. And right then and there is when I really decided I can't work here, because I value my CDL too much. Don't want anything bad to happen to my CDL. I really would have loved to be home every day, but it's not worth it. I was one inspection away and a weigh station from being put out of service, and you don't want an out of service on your license, on your DAC report, on your CSA score for whatever reason. That's just really bad. So I decided, okay, well, this company does not take care of their equipment, so I have to leave. Now, it doesn't mean that I think that it's a bad company. I mean, from what I can tell, from what I experienced, everyone in the office is pretty cool. This safety director is an awesome guy, real genuine guy. The owner wasn't there when I was orientation. He was on vacation, so I didn't get to meet him, but it seems like JTL Carriers is a company that made some really bad mistakes in the past, but they're trying, they're attempting to make the company better, but they're just not quite there yet. Like I said, they only had like 60 or 65 trucks or something like that. So, their progress is going to be a little bit slow, and I can't risk my license and my record to help a company achieve what they're trying to. They have to be there ready for me to work for them. So still thinking I wanted more home time, I went to another company called Zeitner & Sons out of Omaha, Nebraska. Again, decent company. They had better equipment, but just they were more over the roadish than home every day. They would have got me home every 10 days. It paid less than K&B, but I figured, okay, home every 10 days is better than 14. So I got in one of their trucks, and it was a decent truck. It was a 06 Kenworth T600. It was an okay truck. I mean, I didn't really particularly care for the style. It had a little over 1.1 million miles on it, but they did maintain their equipment, which was pretty cool. But I started driving, like in orientation, the second day I was thinking, why the heck would I drive here when for staying out an extra 4 days I get paid more cents per mile plus a guarantee plus a system that I know with customers that I know with locations that I already know and I'm comfortable and familiar with. Why the hell would I decide to come to Zeitner? Just, I don't know, I didn't really think things through. I was just kind of blinded by my want to be home more, I guess we'd call it. But yeah, pretty much right before I got dispatched my truck, I figured I'd try to hang in there at least a week and try, and the whole time I was, even starting with JTL, I was actually text messaging Jake, my dispatcher from K&B, because we're friends, you know, beyond driver and dispatcher, which is pretty cool, which is another big reason why I decided to eventually come back to K&B. Yeah, we were talking and stuff, and I was like, you know, I might as well just go back to K&B. It's just such a much better deal for me. It's just going to work out so much better. And so I drove with Zeitner for 2 days, and actually on that second day, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you know what I did to a trailer landing gear. The situation with that was, I had picked up a load. It was like 44,000 pounds. I took it out of the Waterloo Tyson plant over to the Flying J in Evansdale. That's actually, I met Trucker Josh there. You'll see those videos coming soon. So, I weighed it. I was heavy on my drive tires, and I had room to scale my load, but from the fifth wheel. So I dropped my landing gear, took the weight off of my fifth wheel, and being that it was a million-plus mile truck, I mean, it could happen to any truck, brand new, but my fifth wheel was froze up on my truck, and it was super cold. The wind was blowing. I was getting frustrated. Don't get me wrong, I'm not making an excuse. It should have never happened, but that was the situation I was dealing with. It was super cold. I was getting pretty pissed off, and I was, you know, basically punching my freaking fifth wheel, trying to get the pins to loosen up, and I was just getting mad, and I should have just calmed down and chilled out for a minute and then went back to it, but I didn't, and finally it went, and then I slid where it should be. I hopped up in the truck. I raised my air suspension, so I forgot to raise my landing gear legs up. They were still on the ground, but because I had dropped my air suspension and then refilled it with air, the landing gear legs probably came up off the ground, I don't know, half an inch or so. So when I pulled out of the parking lot, I didn't feel it, the landing gear dragging. So I took off, and I was about 35-40 miles down the road, and I was looking in my mirror while going over a bump, and I saw sparks fly out from underneath my trailer, and I'm like, what the hell? I thought it may have been like the chain from my where they hold the spare tire underneath the trailer, or something was dragging. So I hit the shoulder, and I saw the landing gear legs. The driver's side leg was fine. It wasn't damaged. The passenger side was bent back at a 45-degree angle, and one of the cross beams had come down with it. So I had to call road service stuff. They came out and they fixed it. And pretty cold of me what I did. I know it's not cool to do, but I was already kind of premeditated what I was gonna do. This wasn't the reason why I left or anything. It's just kind of how it worked. But I had a load that was only going about 40 miles away from the Zeitner terminal. So I dropped that load off. They didn't have any other load for me. So I figured, okay, well, this is probably not going to end good. They might fire me, I don't know, being that my second day. Plus, I want to go back to K&B. So I deadheaded back to the terminal. I got there, and I basically walked in and said, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Sorry, here's your keys. And I left. So basically, I drove for them for 2 days. I damaged their landing gear and then quit, which sounds really bad when I put it like that, but like I said, I didn't quit because I broke the landing gear. It was all pretty much premeditated. So I called up K&B, and they welcomed me back with open arms, and even got a brand new 2014 truck out of it, which I'll give you guys a tour either on this video or the next or another video. So I just want to fill you guys in what's going on. Right now, I know I haven't made a video in a while, plus even those of you that do follow me on Facebook have been pretty confused by what's going on. So that's what happened, and I don't plan on leaving K&B anytime soon. I figured I needed to really think about what I was doing. I don't want to be one of them drivers that hop around from company to company. You know, I don't want to have 4 years experience with 9 different companies. You know, I want to be, I like that stability, so I'm planning on staying with K&B now. I mean, everything's so cool at K&B with everybody. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they do get me hot under the collar every now and again, but overall, they're a damn good company with damn good pay, and that guarantee is awesome. Like I said, I mean, I pretty much talk to everyone in the terminal. I have my dispatcher's cell phone number. You know, like I said, he was texting me the entire time I quit. You know, so I mean, what other dispatch? I mean, we're not talking a recruiter or nothing. We're talking my actual dispatcher. So, I mean, what's that say about a company and the people that work there? You know, so plus I got to go back and I kept all my seniority, and you know, at a year I still get a week's vacation, and you know, it's just pretty much like I never left. Didn't have to go through orientation again. Didn't have to do any of it. So I just figured I saw what it's like on the other side, and the grass isn't greener. I guarantee you that. And I will never take for granted amazing equipment ever again. And K&B is some top-notch equipment. I think our oldest pieces of equipment is our trailers, and I think the oldest one's 2011 or 2012. So I started taking new equipment for granted because I've always used new equipment. You know, Warner had some piece of crap trailers, but they always kept them up pretty good. But as far as the trucks went, I've never driven a piece of junk. I never drove junk equipment until I went to JTL, which I didn't even drive there. Didn't even pull not one load for JTL. Drove a, wasn't a piece of junk, but it was a, you know, million-plus mile truck at Zeitner. Plus, their trailers were in decent shape, but they weren't new by any means. So it's nice having this amazing equipment. And I know we always heard about this in trucking, but it is what you make of it. And it really is. If I would have just stopped my thinking for a minute there with my blind want to go home with whatever first company that came up that met my financial requirements, and you know, realized what I was walking away from, I probably wouldn't have left K&B in the first place. And I mean, that's just the truth of it. Is, you know, we got to realize what we have before we go looking for what we don't. So, and I realize that now, and like I said, I don't plan to go anywhere. So that's it for now. I guess the truck tour will be in another video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it informed you guys who've been asking me what's going on. And prepare yourselves for the truck tour 2014 Freightliner Cascadia. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and hit that like button. And until next time, run hard and get paid.